Woolfy 3 presentation. Woolfy 3, the advanced harmonization assistant. Woolfy 3 is the fourth iteration of my harmonization tool designed to help composers, especially those with little or no background in harmony, create chord progressions that strictly follow the rigorous rules of voice leading. These include avoiding parallel and direct octaves or fifths, ensuring proper preparation and resolution of dissonances, and other essential counterpoint principles. While Woolfy is not a substitute for personal experimentation or musical intuition, I rarely use it myself, preferring hands-on exploration. It can be extremely helpful for programming complex harmonic sequences or as a source of inspiration. The tool is organized into four main sections. 1. The section piano roll. This is where you input the initial chord and specify any mandatory notes for the following bars. Harmonization proceeds up to the last bar containing at least one note. Any subsequent empty bars are ignored. 2. The section harmonizer. Here, you define parameters such as the number of CPU cores to use for faster computation, the maximum number of solutions to generate higher values, increase processing time, a priority root key, and scale, if using scale mode, or a prioritized emotional style, equals e.g. happy, sad, emotional, if in mood mode. The algorithm explores hundreds of millions of combinations, making the process computationally demanding. However, strong optimizations in this version ensure that results are returned almost instantly, or within a few seconds. You may select more than one core for the most demanding problems, such as when no mandatory notes are given for several consecutive steps. 3. The section sequencer. This section defines how the resulting chords are played. It includes an 8-step sequencer with tempo control and editable grid. Click on cells to toggle notes on or off. Playback runs from step 1 to the last non-empty step. Presets are available to help you get started quickly. 4. The section solutions. Here you can browse, preview, and import the generated solutions into the piano roll. Filters allow you to view only those matching a selected mood. For example, heroic, sad. Solutions are ranked by the number of voice leaps, from minimal to maximal. Only the moods present in the solutions are listed, the other moods not present being ignored. Clicking the play icon sends MIDI notes to your system using the active sequencer pattern, chords, arpeggios, etc. Note that Woolfy itself does not produce sound. You need a track selected in your DAW or in your notation software with an active instrument loaded or an external MIDI instrument to hear the results. For example, Contact Standalone. For Mac user, you may need to activate the IAC driver in the MIDI studio to get the MIDI signal to get through your DAW. Each solution includes tags such as rainbow ends with a perfect chord, sunset ends with a cadence, moon ends with a perfect authentic cadence. The final column displays the mood percentage associated with each solution. Once you've chosen a solution, you can record the MIDI output in your DAW or notation software. I personally use step input in Cubase and note entry in Dorico. How the piano roll works. Woolfy applies strict harmonization rules and may return no results if your input is musically invalid or unconventional. On the left panel, you'll find a voice selector, up to 4 voices, where voice 1 is the highest and voice 4 the lowest. Select a voice before entering notes in the grid. Use the eraser tool to remove notes by clicking on them. Be sure to use no more than 4 voices, typically voices 1 to 4. Maintain ascending pitch order. Voice 4 less than voice 3, less than voice 2, less than voice 1 within each bar. Keep intervals between adjacent voices within 12 semitones. Octave. The grid editor checks these conditions in real time. If clicking a note does nothing, it likely violates one of these rules. You must enter a complete chord in the first leftmost bar. This is essential. Without a proper initial chord, the harmonizer will not start and a warning will appear. For instance, entering only 3 voices instead of 4 in the first bar will prevent the process from continuing. Let demo Woolfy first. I will enter a simple melody in the first 4 bars. Here I will use the voice 1, soprano, for instance C, C, E, car C, and then E. I need to input the first chord as the starting point and the voicing. Here I will choose a C major chord. Then, I choose in the harmonization panel the mood classical and click on the button Harmonize. After a few seconds, the solutions are displayed on the top right panel. Here, 50 solutions have been found. I click on the play icon, and the solution is played on my standalone contact instrument with a piano loaded. I can change the pattern played by the sequencer for the default chord option to the up and down arpeggio. I can change the tempo on the fly. Let's listen to several solutions to make up my mind. Once the next solution to my taste selected, I can open my DAW or Draco, my notation software, select an instrument, enter the note input mode, click play Woolfy, and then the chords will be automatically inputted in my score. Let's do that. This is it for a quick demo. The implemented harmonization rules, the Harmonization Treaty of Theodore Dubois, has been used as a reference for the rules to be applied. Woolfy implements in particular the following rules. Allowed melodic intervals only, no voice crossing, no unisons, no consecutive fifths or octaves, no consecutive seconds, sevenths, or ninths, no direct fifths or octaves, except in authorized exceptions, proper resolution of leading tones, with permitted exceptions, no false tritone relationships. Dissonances must be prepared in non-dominant chords. Dissonances must be resolved. Maximum of 2 dissonances at a time. No duplicated dissonances. Voicing constraints apply to 9th chords. Some tips if no solution is found. This situation can be solved either by removing some mandatory notes for a given step. Woolfy will find the notes that solve the issue for the given steps by changing the voicing of the first chord. Step 1, by increasing the maximum number of solutions to be found, i.e. 50 to 500 solutions. By changing the mood to ease/change the constraints on the solutions to be found. If it does still not work, use leaps. This mood imposes minimum constraints on the solutions to be found. If still no solution is found, it is very likely that, accordingly to strict harmony rules, no solution exists. Last but not least, here are the known limitations of Woolfy 3. Woolfy is configured to work with 4 voices chord. There is a tolerance 0 for chords progressions, not matching the strict harmony rules. As listed in the treaties, the maximum interval between 2 consecutive voices is limited to an octave, in particular between the bass voice and the tenor voice, which limits the possible solutions found. Harmony rules are not relaxed for the last 2 chords ending a solution. All strict rules are still applied, limiting the possibilities of achieving authentic perfect cadences. 5 to 1. Conclusion: Woolfy is an experimental tool intended to support and inspire, not replace, your creativity. The essence of composing lies in the act of creation itself, not in delegating the process to a machine. I spent the past year debating whether to release this tool. If you choose to use it, please visit the dedicated webpage and share your experience. Your feedback on bugs and improvement ideas is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching.